All right, Dan Cochimilio here on NorCal Sports Network with a little special on the Golden State Warriors, specifically Buddy Hield and Jonathan Kuminga. Wanted to talk about Buddy Hield and whether he should start or come off the bench, and the same with Kuminga. Buddy Hield right now he's on fire. He's hotter than I don't know. He is hot. He reminded me of a former player that used to play for the Detroit Pistons. You guys remember Vinnie Johnson? Vinnie Johnson, they called him the microwave for his ability to score quickly off the bench. So if Buddy's going to come off the bench, I'm okay with that. But I think with Steph out right now, Buddy probably needs to. He didn't start the game Wednesday night against the New Orleans Pelicans, but he came off the bench and he played 29 minutes and he led the Warriors with a total of how many did he have that night? 21. Yeah, he had 21 points on Wednesday night, but he was 8 of 19 from the field, 4 of 12 from 3-point range, a little under his percentage. If you look at Buddy Hield's numbers right now, he's averaging 21.3 points per game. He's shooting 55.6% from 3-point range, and hasn't missed a free throw yet. He's 100% at the free throw line, and he's leading the NBA in threes. And if you look at the last several years, he's leading the league. Him and Steph are the leading 3-point players in all of the NBA. So Buddy Hield is a remarkable signing by Mike Dunleavy. And Buddy Hield is definitely making this Warriors team more exciting, a better team. And, one of the things that surprised me with Buddy was his defense. He's always never been a great on-ball defender, but he's pushing and he's playing hard and he's running up and down the court when if a defender's ahead of him, he's flying up and down the court. And that's what I love about this Warriors team, is because they are so deep. It's what you want in a basketball team, to have everybody go out and just play hard for 5 to 6, 7-minute spurts. And then Kerr's going to pull somebody and put somebody else in. This team is actually 13 deep. I don't think, when they're all healthy, with Steph out right now and DeAnthony Melton and Wiggins out, but when all three of those guys come back, plus the other 9 that are playing, and then you add in Lindsey Waters to the rotation, you have 13 capable players. And Waters got the start Wednesday night against the Pelicans. Didn't have a great scoring game, but he was still plus 13 on the night. He played 30 minutes, solid player, defensive player. This is what the Warriors are, what makes them special this year, I believe, is their depth and the fact that if somebody's having an off night, maybe they sit. Gary Payton II has not played very many minutes the last 2 nights. 8 minutes on Tuesday night, and on Wednesday's game, only 7. But some nights are going to be that way. Payton's going to have to, hit his threes in his favorite spots, usually in the corner. He's got that open 3 look. If GP2 can knock down that 3, he's definitely going to play more minutes, because they're going to give him the open shot. Teams are going to give him that shot until he hits it. But he's very capable of hitting it. And so that's just kind of how GP2 is. He's going to find a way to help you, whether it's getting boards. Sometimes GP2, he's really a natural 2, but he can play the 3 and the 4 because he can jump like crazy, and he's strong down low. So I think that there's a lot of good things to look at with this team. But Buddy Hield really is a player that, when Steph comes back and Buddy's out there, the spacing's going to be unbelievable to get these shots. And he looks like, to me, he's loving playing in this high-paced offense. It's a a lot of screens being set, the cutting, a lot of cuts, and Buddy Hield running around. He's got a great motor. I'm surprised. You always thought of Buddy as a guy that's just a shooter, but he's got a really good motor as I watch him play. And he's actually a better ball handler than I thought. It's definitely an upgrade over Klay Thompson. I've always said Klay Thompson, if Klay Thompson did not, first tear his ACL and then his Achilles tendon back-to-back years, he missed those 2 years. If that didn't happen to Klay would still be, he'd probably be starting to be on the downside, but he'd still be, a great player, maybe a possible all-star caliber player. But Klay Thompson doesn't get injured. He definitely belongs on the top 75 list of all-time players. And some might argue, you could say he might even find his way into the top 50. But Klay is no longer that anymore. And Buddy Hield is actually much better for this Warriors team than Klay. And the other thing about Buddy, he's got a great attitude. He's the leader over on the bench, getting guys fired up, having fun, laughing, getting guys into it, cheering the other players on. Him and Steph both have that infectious joy of playing the game and seeing their teammates succeed. So this is a huge, huge lift for the Golden State Warriors. So Buddy Hield, should he start? I like him starting, but I'm also okay with him coming off the bench as long as he gets his minutes. I think Buddy Hield is kind of like, Andre Iguodala was that sixth man, but he was always in the closing lineup, right? Closing lineup at the end of the first half, closing in the fourth quarter, because he was one of the five guys you wanted on the court. Iggy was always one of those guys. So I think Buddy Hield's going to fit into that mold. He's going to be out there because he can score and he can shoot. He can also make his shots that are coming off of a screen. He doesn't have to be set facing the basket. He can make the shots that he's fading out of bounds, whatever. I love Buddy Hield. The other guy I want to talk about is Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga has got to take the role, again, using Iguodala or a Sean Livingston, not the role of their type of play, but attitude-wise. When they came in, they were all business, and they pretty much almost always succeeded in their roles. Yeah, they'd have off nights, and all players are going to have off nights. But Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala, professionals, and I know Kuminga is still young, early 20s, and he's in his fourth year. But the things Kuminga needs to do when his shot is not falling, first of all, he's got to continue to work on that three-point shot. When he's open, he's got to take it and take it with confidence. But if his shot's not falling, Kuminga needs to use his athleticism to stay in the game and make an impact. And where can Jonathan make an impact? He can make an impact on defense, on the boards. He can make an impact on offense with offensive rebounds, tip-ins, or tipping it out if he can't control it to the top of the key, getting it back out to Steph or Pods, who's ever in the lineup. He's got to use his athleticism to go all out. He's a freakish athlete with unbelievable talent, unbelievable jumping ability. He's got to continue to do what he did last year, which was driving to the hole, taking it with authority to the hole, getting to the free throw line. But Jonathan Kuminga needs to realize that when his shot's not falling, he can still make a huge impact. He's got Jonathan Kuminga, if he's going to play 25 to 30 minutes, he needs to have a minimum of 7 to 8 boards, and ideally want to see Kuminga up near 10 rebounds. He's got that ability to jump, and he's just got to learn the fundamentals of the game. Box out. Defensively, Jonathan Kuminga can play pretty good one-on-one defense, but he's got to learn to play defense within the scheme of an entire team. This is where college basketball comes in, guys. You learn so much fundamentals on the college level. Kuminga never had that. He played basically the AAU circuit, and then he played in the G League with the G League Ignite, and he didn't get the fundamental teachings that a guy like Moses Moody got. You look at Moody. Moody is excellent within the team defensive concepts. Sometimes with defensive concepts, you got to be switching and know when to switch. And Kuminga's getting there. I've seen vast improvement over the last couple of years, and I love Jonathan Kuminga. I think I've said this, and this is kind of a crazy take, but I think if Kuminga can really shine and show his skills, he has the ability to be a top 15 ball player, maybe even top 10. I just don't know if it'll happen in the Warriors uniform. I definitely don't think it'll happen when Steph's here, because Jonathan Kuminga has the ability to be that number one guy. Not going to happen at Golden State. So he's got to adjust and figure ways to make his scoring, but in the confines and the concepts of the team. He can't just take the ball and back in and then try and do a fadeaway jump shot in the key using his athleticism, because the whole concept of Steve Kerr's offense in the Warriors is a motion offense. So you got to be constantly moving, and the ball's got to move. And where Kuminga is going to get himself into trouble is if he becomes ball dominant and doesn't move the ball around to the open man, and he tries to become too much of a scorer and take bad shots. That's the thing Jonathan Kuminga is going to have to work at. So Steve Kerr's got an incredible loaded team of talent. So starting lineups may change a lot, guys. It may go from different guys each night. Sometimes we were seeing Moses Moody get some starts. We had Pods in there tonight, Wednesday night. I keep saying tonight. Wednesday night. I'm recording this after Wednesday night's victory over the Pelicans, back-to-back wins. So, guys, I think this is going to be a very interesting season. If the Warriors remain healthy, they are showing the league they may surprise a lot of teams. I kind of had them in the play-in. I'm thinking they can maybe make the top 6 seeds the way they play, but it's going to be a tough road trip coming up. They got 5-game road trip. Let's see how it goes. Starts Saturday night in Houston, and then they move on to Washington on next Monday, and they'll face former Warrior Jordan Poole. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the algorithms out when you like and subscribe. And also, our show is brought to you by Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group is in Marin, 415-613-9483. Check out Chapman Law Group in the description of this video. And again, hit that like and subscribe. Our channel's growing. We really appreciate you being part of NorCal Sports Network. Thanks for watching.